All right, so I have the conclusion of the CETME C build that I've been doing. So go ahead and try to get it in frame. And there it is. I just finished it yesterday afternoon and baked it, and then just spent the last night and this morning putting it all back together. The hardest part of putting it back together was this rear sight. There's two detents opposing the same spring that springs outward into these four little holes. If you don't do it exactly right, they fly across the room. It was just an exercise in frustration. I did not like that at all. But it's done. It's over with. We have the rifle together. So just wax treatment to the butt stock, cleaned up the butt pad. So this is the Durapark Parkerizing Replicator, dark gray. I don't know if this was my application of it, where I didn't quite get the texturing layer right on the giant long barreled receivers because it was hanging in front of me and there was really no good way to get it sprayed from a distance. Should have thought ahead. Some of the other parts actually look really nice, like the has a little bit of texture on the lower receiver. Some of the other parts, yeah. So yeah, I don't know about the color. Yeah, I'm stuck with it. Obviously, at this point, I'm not going to refinish it. I mean, it is what it is. By now, we're done. So yeah, Durapark seems to be holding up nicely. It's just a little too bluish and a little too glossy in the way it turned out for what I was expecting or hoping for, at least. Got the OD sling, which the contrast between the worn parkerizing and this finish is a little extreme, but there's nothing I can do about that at this point. This thing is riveted together. I'm not going to take it apart. That's not going to happen. Two types of magazines. The original Spanish CETME magazine. Flip it around. So, yeah. And we have a German magazine. Not sure the material, but doesn't quite look right with this gun. I'm probably not going to buy another 7.62 roller lock, so it is what it is. The one downside is, well, go ahead and talk about the flash suppressor real quick. I have a Dead Air Xeno flash hider, the purpose of which is to just mount a suppressor. That's it. So you can get it nice and quiet for, a 308. It's still not the quietest thing in the world, even with a can on it, but there's not much you can do about it unless you're shooting subsonics, which I do love a 308 subsonic. Really neat. So the one downside about this flash hider is that the bayonet stops shy of locking into the lug. It's just, the taper mount flares out and it won't let it travel. It'd be perfect if it weren't for that taper mount in diameter. So we're just not going to be able to attach the bayonet to it. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So, yeah. It's going to get a steady diet of M80 ball which my supply of has actually kind of been dwindling with the test firing to get it to this point. So, yeah. One more glamour shots. I'll have to start reloading M80 ball. The recipe for which, if you're curious, is, and this is almost empty, 150 grain Full Metal Jacket boat tail. Hornady makes it. You can really get anything. 147, I think, is the other option from some manufacturers, but they're about for Full Metal Jacket. It's basically what M80 ball is. Standard CCI primer and BLC2. It's 45 grains of that for service rifle. You can go up to 47 if you're using a bullet gun, which I have. That actually used to be my loading until I just abandoned using Full Metal Jackets for that rifle because it's a match accurate rifle. You use Sierra Match Kings for it. But we're not going to talk about that rifle too much. I do love that rifle. It's part of the reason I got into this was like, I already have a 308. I'm not getting another 308. Same ammo, everything. So, yeah. Probably have to get an optic for it. So that's later down the line. I can always do that later. Until then, you know, it is finished as far as the actual build goes. And the trunnion metalwork didn't turn out too terrible for what it was before. It's a lot of just welding up and grinding and using some steel stick to just smooth out those parts that just wouldn't cooperate otherwise. But yeah, there we go. That's that. So one more look before I turn the camera off. See if we can get a good thumbnail. Teeth, no teeth, I don't know. No, all right. So there it is.